I'm Jessica Sowers, owner of Body Bliss Connection.
I'm Jamie Marich. I'm a clinical trauma specialist, expressive arts therapist, author, and co-founder of Yoga Unchained.
I am also the co-founder of Yoga Unchained. So today we're going to work on downward dog. Woof. 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 All right. So I'm going to have Jamie turn on her mat. She's going to take a nice deep breath and find her mountain posture. Really root into the feet, grounding. Wiggle those toes around so that they are soft and not gripping. Good. Inhale and sweep the arms up. Follow your exhale into a nice long forward fold. Let that back surrender. Let's get some joy here. Good. Soften the knees and let those hands connect to the ground. Let the head hang. Let's step one foot back and then the other and create a V shape with the body. Good. So we pull our belly in as we lift our tailbone up towards the ceiling. We want to ensure that our biceps and triceps are very active and strong here, and we're not pressing through the elbow hinges. We don't want to work on the joints. We want the muscles to engage. Our palms are flat and we're pressing down evenly into those palms. So in towards the thumb and the index finger as well as the outer edge of our pinky side. We take a deep inhale, keep that belly pulled in and the tailbone lifting, and then we draw the energy down the legs, pressing the heels towards the earth, knowing that they never have to make connection, but allowing the energy to travel in that way. So we continue to have that nice, deep, long breath with all the energy of the posture lifting our bodies up, as well as the hands and the feet pressing down. To come out of this posture, there are many ways, but today, on an inhale, we're going to bring the knees down. Step one foot beside the hand, and then the other, and come into a nice wide stance. Soften the knees and roll the spine all the way up. Downward dog. Jamie, tell us about your experience with downward dog.
Today I liked it. This is one of my challenge ones though, traditionally. I'm really learning a good lesson during this video shoot, kind of breaking the pose down with such good alignment point details. I'm finding I'm not striving.
Good.
I think that's part of what this is about, being more mindful in this. I mean, where I find down dog challenging is sometimes I've been in classes, especially with teachers who are a little more flow-based, who will say things like, down dog is a resting pose. And I get where it can be in a flow class, but for a lot of, especially pure beginners, this pose can be totally challenging. We'll go through some of the modifications here in a bit, but I want to hear about your experience first.
Downward dog is one of those postures that I really love. It's a really good posture in my body. Yeah. And the reason that I really like it is because it's challenging, but not overwhelmingly challenging. So I can feel the lengthening and the space being created in my arms, in the backs of my legs, in my spine. So I really embrace that posture because I can feel the changes it's making in the body.
And I will say, this is one of those poses where if I only have a short period of time to do a short practice or an asana or two maybe, I do feel I get a lot of, to use the saying, bang for my buck, so to speak, with this pose. That it just works so much. It's such an important inversion, and in a lot of ways it is kind of like yoga as typified by this certain pose.
Yeah.
I know we've had students say it's kind of like the classic pose that many people associate with yoga.
Right.
So modifications, before we get into some of the physical modifications, I first want to talk about language.
Yes.
Because there's a sensitivity issue that could sometimes come up with language. Downward dog is what we classically call this pose in English, but if you're working with, especially people of the teenage variety, you may get some laughs or snickers, or there could be some sexual connotation with this word and the concept of dog or doggy. So Jessica had mentioned bringing your body in a V. So we will sometimes call this inverted V or tent. So just a few lessons learned there.
Yeah. Sometimes I'll call it a triangle, knowing that this isn't triangle posture in the sense of true traditional yoga, but it's the creation of the triangle through the body.
Yeah, so let's talk modifications.
All right, so some modifications for downward dog can be coming down onto the forearms. If the wrists are sensitive or the shoulders are sensitive, when we build the posture, we can actually come down onto the forearms and then roll the toes and lift the hips up so that we're coming into downward dog. This is traditionally a form of dolphin posture, but it helps to take some of that tension and discomfort away from the wrists and the shoulders. So that's one way that we can utilize that for downward dog.
Sure, because I struggle with wrist tension and downward dog, that is an important modification. I also like how Jessica cued evenness in the fingers. That inevitably helps me with wrist. So let's talk about our two favorite props, Mr.
right.
Wall and Mr. Chair, or maybe Ms. Wall and Ms. Chair.
Yeah.
So
with our chair posture, or to utilize the chair with downward dog, do you want me to come to the side?
Sure.
So this is one of those postures that we can do by utilizing our chair. We step back from the chair a little bit. We follow the same methodology as we did standing. So we're going to inhale, sweep the arms up, and on the exhale we begin to forward fold. And as we do, we reach for that chair and just kind of grip the sides, pressing down equally through the hands, and then you can step the feet back a little bit, keep the connection through the heels. The tailbone lifts, we pull the belly in to keep the back flat, and we open through the shoulders as we gently tuck the chin in, and we build our downward dog posture or inverted V posture here. To come out of this, you simply pull the shoulders back up, maybe take a step forward, and come the rest of the way up to mountain pose.
very nice. So when I started a yoga practice in earnest, I found the the wall variation to be very useful.
Yes.
So will you cue me through this?
Sure, so the wall variation is you're going to face the wall just as we did the chair. And you'll bring your hands to the wall. They're going to be about shoulder height, palms pressing equally down into the ground or into the wall. We'll step the feet back and then begin to hinge forward. Tailbone will start to lift, press the energy down through the heels, tuck the chin so you gaze towards the navel and keep that belly pulled in. Notice how Jamie is opening through those shoulders and really starting to stretch in here. And I'll bet you she's almost just as active in this posture as she was on the ground.
Especially the spine.
Yes.
Definitely felt that there. So if you are facilitating this in a group setting where there may be some vulnerabilities due to sexual abuse or trauma, we're big fans of facilitating in a circle, if that is at all possible, particularly because you don't have that bottom anatomy up in people's faces when you're in a circle. It's facing away from the circle. So if you are facilitating in a group, that's a modification we offer. Anything else you can offer based on experience when it comes to facilitating this?
Ensuring people's backs are towards the wall. So having them be closer to the wall than away from it. That way no one can step behind them. That's one of the options that can be done with the downward dog. Also, I've noticed in a couple of environments, and this is not always optimal, but if it's an option, having somebody have a blanket and they have it draped over their body. Maybe they start in tabletop posture, which we'll talk about later, but maybe starting in tabletop posture with the blanket draped over them and build that downward dog from there. So the blanket stays draped. It kind of gives them some security and pulls them inward a little bit. And also maybe they won't feel as exposed.
Sure. So thank you for joining us for this classic pose, Downward Dog.